Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your May Soul session. I am Princess India if you're new, and if you're family, welcome back, my friend, and what's not all, whatever. So, anywho, Taurus, it is your birthday season. Well, I should say our birthday season because I am a Taurus. Shout out to all of my birthday twins who are also May 9th, and to all of my Taurians. Okay. And also to my friend Beidou over there on Shidu Society. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot, whatever. Oh my gosh. Wait. Okay. I'm going to take that. I'm going to go ahead and take that. But anywho, we're going to jump into you guys' cards for the month of May. And what's not on whatever. We're going to be looking at a couple of things. We're going to start off with an overall energy as well as a challenge for the month. And then we're going to be looking at a central energy, underlying influence, past influences, potential outcomes, all the things. So anywho, let's go ahead and jump in and see what is going on for you all for the month of May for your birthday. Okay, first card out. Okay, I think you can see it. We have the moon in the reverse. That is Cancerian energy. Okay, and our challenge is the Knight of Pentacles. I think you can see that now. So what it is looking like for me, Taurus, which kind of makes sense to be honest, is that in the month of May, you guys are coming into clarity. You know what I'm saying? So in so many words, and this is kind of something I've talked about. Well, that actually gives me an exact date, to be honest with you. Many of you may have saw it. I don't know when you're going to see this video, but for the Scorpio full moon, I did a live stream, and I also did a reading about the energy that I was seeing, and I was kind of backdating it to 2024 starting. And I was pretty much saying for everyone that in the month of May that things were going to start to clear up, because I was saying in so many words that the energy that we've been in, especially like in April, it was the equivalent of being like in the 7 of cups at 60 miles per hour. So things are going super fast, but you can't see anything. It's hella confusing. So what I'm more or less seeing for you guys is connecting the dots. Now, another little known fact is if you look at it from like an astrology type of thing, speaking of Beidou, I learned this from her, but it's like going through the 12th house prior to your birthday season. So for those of you who, which is pretty much everyone, I'm saying those of you, but I mean like everyone. But sometimes you have a tendency to get kind of sad before your birthday. And a lot of people think it, attribute it to like age or something or whatever. Or like, I don't really care about birthdays. It's just another day, But a lot of times people get a little, sad or like depressed prior to their birthday. So that's what I'm seeing this moon in the reverse as. So to kind of connect this to all of my Taurians out there, it very well could be that around like on or around the Scorpio full moon, which was the 23rd of April. So like during that week and going into May 1st. So I would say things kind of started to dissipate, or there was some level of clarity that you all received the week of the 24th of April. And I feel things continue to get kind of clearer, if you will, coming into the 1st of May, right? Now, the thing I will say with this, if you remember your dreams, or if you're a person who documents them, I would say this month is still a good time to really pay attention to your dreams. I am a supporter of dreams. I don't believe that it's ever just like brain fodder or just like, random things that are just popping up. I feel this is more or less, not feel, I know, because science backs it up or whatever. But your dreams are things from your subconscious that are trying to be made conscious just because your defenses are down when you're sleeping. So I feel whether it's if you were documenting them up to this point, to go back and take a gander at the dreams that you had in April. If you're a person who doesn't do that, that's totally fine. But I would pay attention to your dreams now, because I feel that it's almost like loose ends are kind of being tied up in a sense, if I could say it that way. And it kind of feels to me, I mean, for some of you, this may be really huge, Taurus. I'm going to be honest. For some of you, this can be very huge in the sense of maybe something you've been grappling with for years. You know what I mean? Or I don't know, it could be legit like childhood trauma kind of stuff, but it's like those connections being made via the dream space, so it would behoove you all to pay attention to that throughout the course of the month of May. But I feel overall what's being said here with the moon in the reverse, it's almost like a reassurance that things have been hella cloudy leading up until now, but now you're coming into a space where things are starting to clear out and you're going to be able to connect the dots with things that were previously confusing. Now, what I want to do is clarify, okay, this Knight of, okay, 2 cards came out. I want to clarify this Knight of Pentacles to see if this is a person or not. So first card we have, interesting, we have appreciation that came out. And the next card, interesting, we have the 4th chakra in the reverse. So here is the thing, Taurus. The challenge is going to be in the month of April is whatever you see as of worth or of value within yourself. And to clarify that, it's one of a couple of things. It could be your literal money, right? Like this in your bank account, right? Or this could be your energy or your time, your effort, right? The challenge is going to be ensuring that you invest that into the right place. And I have to stress, I'm probably going to go ahead and link it in the description box for those of you, like, especially if you're new, welcome to the new subscribers. If you're new and you subscribe to me, prior to that particular video that I put out a few weeks ago, I'm gonna link it in the description box so you guys can go back and watch it, because I don't want to take time up in your reading telling you about a reading that you could just go watch. You know what I'm saying? But this is a lot of what I talked about in that particular reading of how coming into May, and even more intensified for my Taurians, because this is your birthday season, and it's like you get a double portion of, the Midas touch, if you will, right? So in this particular time frame, it's being very clear and intentional on where it is that you're investing what's of value for you. And for each person, that's something different. So like I said, it can be either money, right? Where it is you're investing your money, or where it is that you're investing your time, your energy, or your effort. We can always, Freudian slip. We can also look at this from the perspective of it being literally your physical beingness, right? Like how it is that you're taking care of your body, how it is that you're eating, are you exercising, things of the sort. So it's more or less kind of, I don't want to say a test, but I would look at it more as a pause, right? Given, it's birthday month, everyone's going to be celebrating things of the sort. But I feel it would be imperative with this clarity that we're being given to take a step back and really think about and being intentional about how it is that we're going forward from here and what it is that we're electing to invest in. Now, specifically with this appreciation card in the 4th chakra in the reverse, this is really speaking to like gratitude. So once again, if we're looking at our literal finances, we're looking at our physical body, or we're looking at our time or the effort that we're putting into things, it's being mindful of the fact that we're not taking that for granted, right? Especially, like I often say this about time. Time is the only non-renewable resource on planet Earth. It's like once we use it and it's gone, it's gone. Like you don't ever get time back. You know what I mean? So the key is, this is literally, and for those of you who are members, look at the weekly, because the video I did for YouTube is very similar to the weekly, but in the weekly, I go really in depth with this, but it's talking about, in so many words, when we're in this energy and we're coming into this in the month of May, it's where you're investing and how you're investing, and really looking at this in the context of, your movement forward, and being very conscientious of where it is that you're at, which leads me into this 4th chakra in the reverse. The 4th chakra, if you don't know, it's your heart chakra, right? With this being in the reverse, it's more or less saying that your heart chakra is overactive or it's underactive. This is going to be a whole lesson, Taurus. I should have known this. So, because I want to kind of save time and not do like a whole like lesson, but I have information about this on my network. I'm pretty sure that it's on the free side. So just go join my network to get this information. I'm gonna post some stuff. If it's not on the free side, I'll just move it to the free side because I feel like this is imperative. Because with the heart chakra, there's so many symptoms of whether it's overactive or underactive and what that looks like for you. You know what I mean? It could be like you not appreciating your time in the sense that you're giving a lot of it to other people. It could be you overeating. You know what I mean? It could be overspending. On the other side of that, it could be hoarding money. It could be hoarding resources. You know, it could be not letting people in. It's a myriad of different symptoms of what it is that looks like. But what all of this ties back into is a level of gratitude of, are you appreciative for the fact that you're waking up every morning, that you're breathing every day, that you have two legs to walk on if you do? Are you appreciative for the money that's in your bank account, or are you misusing it? You know what I mean? And I feel like this time that we're coming out of gave us an opportunity to see anything in our life that we've been taking for granted up to this point, you know? So as we're moving forward and making an investment into something, because I always say with the Knight of Pentacles, it's slow and steady wins the race. It's to not take this clarity and spring and jump and do something. If we go to the analogy of, you know, spirit has cleared out the ground and, you know, we can go plant some seeds so that we can grow a harvest. You want to make sure that you're not planting seeds from a place that's coming from a deficit, right? Which would be this, you know, heart chakra, you know, symbolically overactive or underactive, in a spirit of not having gratitude for what it is that you have. Because if you plant seeds from this place, this cycle will repeat itself. So the harvest that's going to come from the seeds that were planted is going to look just like the cycle that you came out of. So that's why it's so important to take your time and to be clear and to be conscious and intentional on what it is that you're planting, proverbially speaking. I hope and pray that that makes sense. But that's what we're looking at for our overall energy for the month of May. Now, getting into you guys more specific spread, your central energy representing you, okay, for the month of May is the Tower in the reverse. That's Scorpio energy. So it's, you know, dodging a bullet. You know, praise the Lord. Your past influence, okay, is the Magician. That is Aries energy coming out of Aries season. Your hidden influence, okay, is the Five of the Cuppies. I hope you guys can see that. I think you can. And your above energy, which is your potential outcome, oh goodness, is the Seven of Wands. Okay. And what to look out for moving forward, oh child. We have the Emperor in the reverse, which is also Aries energy. That is interesting. We're literally coming out of Aries energy, and the spread is coming from Aries energy, and the spread is going into Aries energy, even though we're going into Taurus energy. So here is the dealio, Taurus. With this tower, of course, it's dodging a bullet. So I really see this, and dang, this is 3 major arcana straight down the center. Anyway, but it's dodging a bullet, but I'm really seeing this as, what is that saying? A hard head makes a soft ass, right? That's the saying. However, I feel this is a situation in which Taurus isn't going to have to learn the hard way, right? So it's more or less, before the tower had to crumble to get you to snap into it and realize what was happening, I feel you guys realized what was happening before the tower needed to crumble and you disengaged from it. So to give an example of this, if you were engaging in self-sabotatory behavior such as compulsive overeating, right? So, you know, you haven't been too happy about how things have been, and you've just been snacking on bonbons and ho-hos and all the things, right? And one day, you know, you go take a shower, you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, and you're like, girl, this is out of control. I need to get a handle on this, right? And you decide to stop right there, right? And you start working out that day, you change your eating habits, you let go of all of the snack cakes, right? And let's say, you go to the doctor and your doctor notices, like, oh, your blood pressure is going down, your glucose levels are down. I don't know. I don't know anything about medical stuff outside of the brain. But so your doctor says that, and it's like, yeah, because I was gonna say, I have in your notes and your chart, the next time that you come in, if your glucose level or your pressure was at, this particular number, I was going to tell you that, you're pre-diabetic, or, you need to get on blood pressure medication or whatever, right? But I see that your levels are going down. That's good. That would be an example of what this tower in the reverse looks like, right? So what that says to me overall is that in this cycle that Taurus is coming out of, or if you want to look at it as, your calendar year, because this is your solar return, right? If you want to look at it from, your birthday in 2024 and you backdate it to your birthday in 2023, there has been some self-sabotory cycle that you've been in, or there's been some facet of your life you've been shut down in, or that you've been using, old coping skills, or, being caught in old mindsets. In this time frame between those two dates, it's been a very valuable lesson that you've learned, or, a maladaptive behavior that you've recognized, that you've made the decision to disengage with, right? So that puts you in a really good place. Now, looking at this, magician coming out of April, so this is speaking to like the latter part of April coming into May, I feel this is really speaking to us coming into our birthday season. Because like I was telling you guys, it's like every single sign has this. It's not indicative just to Taurus. Aries had their time. The moment that you step into your sign season, it's almost like you have a double portion blessing. So it's like, anything that you set the intention of, like you always have access to the tools of the magician, which is the elements in so many words. So you always have that power, but in your season, you have that times two, right? So this is pretty much saying to me the latter part of April, which is literally when Taurus season starts, right? Is when things started working in your favor. It's also during the time that this clarity started to come. It also has a lot to do with the full moon, because the full moon, of course, is a time where things are revealed, truths come out, whether that's about other people or it's about ourselves. So things that were previously hidden are now very clear to us, on top of this being your season. So in that latter part of April, I feel it's almost as if the veil was removed, and with the full moon being in Scorpio, which is your opposite sign. So what I feel this is saying to me, coming out of the latter part of April and then into May, all of us have a very clear picture, in our mind, in our hearts, however you want to look at it. All of us have a very clear picture how it is that we've been holding ourselves back, or what we've been doing that's been self-sabotory, or what it is that we want for our lives, what direction it is that we want to go in, and what it is I'm seeing for us so far is, especially with this outcome, I'm gonna get to that in a second. But I feel what this is really saying to my Taurians is this is like it's kind of a forewarning, you know what I mean? To not like, and my guides just said, old habits die hard, right? Which is true, because all of us are a work in progress. And whenever we make shifts and changes, I wholeheartedly wish life was like this, that when you decide to make a change, that you decide that day, and now here comes change, and it's just here every day. But in reality, every day we are making a decision to maintain that state of change. And I feel that's really what the message that's being revealed for us here is, letting us know we're coming into the season and into the month of May in a very empowered state, with having a lot of resources at our disposal. Things could have turned out a lot worse, but they didn't, because we got the picture. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel the thing that's kind of our Achilles heel a little bit, that we do need to watch out for, even though it's not in the watch out for position, but this hidden influence, the 5 of Cups. So, of course, whatever revelation or clarity that we got, it's not full on deliverance. You know what I'm saying? You may have realized that you were compulsively overeating, right? And I'm saying this hypothetically. You may have realized that you're compulsively overeating. However, the reason why you were compulsively overeating is still very much here with this Five of Cups, right? So this is always going to be something, not always like forever. I mean, until it's addressed, right? The reason why it is we were doing the thing that we were doing. You feel what I'm saying? So the whole thing, if I give an analogy, it's kind of like planting a tree in your backyard. Like, you have a seed, you plant a tree in your backyard, you have no idea what kind of tree it is, but an apple tree grows and you absolutely hate apples, right? And the solution, you would say, in this analogy, is picking all of the apples off of the tree, right? But it's an apple seed that grew an apple tree. So what's going to grow back? More apples, but you hate apples, right? So the solution to the problem, the true solution, other than a temporary one, picking all the apples off would be a temporary solution, and enjoying the tree until the apples grow back and then picking them all off. But if you don't want an apple tree at all, the true solution would be going to the root of the problem, which is the fact that it's an apple tree, and cutting it down and getting rid of it entirely, right? I feel this Five of Cups is representative of that tree, right? And it's going to be something different for everyone. So this is kind of the thing that's been keeping you in bondage, right? It's like the proverbial compulsive overeating is merely a symptom, aka apple, of the deeper problem. You know what I'm saying? Aka root, right? So I feel, again, going back to our overall energy and our challenge, this Five of Cups would also be where this, ingratitude, and where this Four of Cups in the reverse, did I say Four of Cups in the reverse? I mean, the heart chakra in the reverse, this would be where this is springing from, right? So it's something that we feel a sense of shame or a sense of guilt, the two most toxic emotions, by the way, about. It could be a self-concept, the way that we see ourselves, or our own beliefs about our worth and our value, right? And that being the proverbial seed that's motivating a lot of actions. So when we talk about self-sabotatory cycles, this is going to become a lesson anyway. When we talk about self-sabotatory cycles, it's really us speaking in the context, if I put my therapist hat on for 2.5 seconds, it's like the difference between behavioral health and mental health. You feel what I'm saying? Or short-term therapy and long-term therapy. It's the fact that we can modify behavior, but if we're not aware of the why, you know what I mean? Like, because all behavior is motivated, by like a payoff. If we don't know where that's coming from, then we can change a behavior, but we're only masking it. You feel what I'm saying? So this is really about getting to your why. So if a person who's compulsively overeating, if the why is because, I don't know, I don't love myself, right? I don't love myself, so I compulsively overeat, right? Then we can stop compulsively overeating and, say we're going to start exercising, but there's the potential that we can start compulsively over exercising. You feel what I'm saying? Because why? Because I don't love myself. You feel what I'm saying? So even though the behavior has changed, right, and it's been exchanged for something else, it can still be in that overdone type of deal. So I feel what the message is here is that we have learned a lesson, yes. And I feel like I've said this before in someone else's reading in the last couple of months or so, but it's like because I was talking about understanding and overstanding, right? And understanding being a surface level one-sidedness of understanding. And when you overstand something, which is in essence wisdom, you feel what I'm saying? It's like you get the whole big picture. So I feel like what has been learned up to this point is like one side of the coin, but there's still another side of the coin, because yes, the behavior, proverbially speaking, is modified, but there's a deeper level of understanding that needs to happen. And this very much goes back to a worth and value type of thing, because I feel this gratitude. If I were to be honest, for what I'm seeing, I don't feel that this gratitude is really speaking to stuff and things. I really feel it's talking about the individual. I feel that one may be very appreciative and have gratitude for your job, for your money, for your family, for your friends, for your house, for your car, and things of the sort. But it gets on kind of shaky ground if the question were to be asked, do you appreciate yourself? And to not instantly jump to answer that, to really kind of sit and ponder on that and look at decisions that are being made every day. And then asking yourself again, do I really appreciate myself? Because if I do appreciate myself, then I'm being wise about how I use my time, how it is that I use my energy. I'm not letting other people violate that. It's like I'm wise about how it is that I'm taking care of my money. It's being in a balanced kind of stasis. But I feel that's what it is that we're really dealing with. So I do feel on some level or another there's going to be a need for some self-reflection this month. This isn't anything negative. You know what I'm saying? It's just being very cognizant this month, if that's making sense. Now, when we come to our potential outcome, this is where the forewarning kind of lies. And this Seven of Wands is very much tied to this Five of Cups, because this in essence would be your Achilles heel. This is why I love the After Tarot, because this is very different to how it is in the Rider-Waite. Like in the Rider-Waite with the Seven of Wands, the guy is, standing on the hill and he has his little wand, and like all the guys are, at the bottom, right? But I see this, the potential outcome can potentially be in the latter part of May being triggered. And I feel where one would be triggered would be in this soft spot, in this Achilles heel. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, not saying that anyone would say this to you, but hypothetically, if we go with our analogy, if the issue that one is dealing with is, low self-worth, and a person were to tell you like you're worthless, right? So you're having a super good month, you're doing all of the things, but no one's really dug deep to really look at what this Five of Cups is, right? And someone's like, oh, you're worthless, that could act as a potential trigger that would cause you to jump down from your vantage point. You feel what I'm saying? Because with the Seven of Wands being here, it's a statement that you are in a good place. Like as it stands, it's your birthday season, right? Energy is on your side. You're coming in as the magician, right? So you're at a good vantage point. You're in alignment with spirit. You're protected by spirit. But and this is exactly what I forewarned about in the reading I was talking about I did in April, where I was saying it's like you're wrapping up a cycle and you're coming out of it. But it's like with the is not is paradigm, there's going to be an antithesis energy that's going to try to test your gangster. And I likened it to, you're right about to put your hand on the exit door and, something pops out and was like, you want some cookies? And you're like, cookies? Right? And then you go to reach for one and then you get caught up in the okie doke. So I feel with this, it's almost kind of like a testing energy in a sense, but there is the potential that you get hit in the soft spot, Taurus flashes, and you end up regressing and going backwards and undoing all the work that you've done. You feel what I'm saying? So the key is to stay vigilant and to stay mindful on your path of self-development this month. And I feel so the same, the thing to look out for with this Emperor in the reverse, I really believe that this is a person outside of you guys. So I feel with this particular person, 9 times out of 10, they're a lot of kind of narky. It could potentially be a boss or a father figure. That's the energy signature that I feel most pronounced. So, your boss, supervisor, or a father figure. And I mean, the smaller kind of energy could just be a person that's in your life that you see as some sort of authority figure, but this person does have kind of controlling tendencies and does have a tendency to be kind of rough bottom out. You know what I'm saying? But this would be someone where their opinion of you or, things that they say to you affect you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And I feel it's imperative to look out for that person because that's going to be kind of your antithesis in the month of May. This particular person would come up and say something about, or something that touches that soft spot that hits your kind of Achilles heel. You feel what I'm saying? And your potential outcome could be this. So the whole purpose of this reading is letting Taurus know you have done a really great job. Most certainly celebrate your birthday, but don't rest on your laurels, right? Now, of course, I always know it's a general reading on YouTube. I'm just some strange lady that you found that you're listening to and whatnot or whatever. But I know it's a lot to kind of process, which is the reason why I want to give you guys like a little worksheet on this, just to kind of give you some insights to kind of help you dig a little deeper. I'm probably also going to give you guys some journal prompts in reference to this, because I don't want you to like, because this happens to everyone. It's like you listen and you're like, holy goodness, you know what I mean? Most of my people take notes, but I don't want you to like listen to it and it's like, oh my gosh, this totally resonates. And it's like, you know, I don't want that to happen. But then, of course, tomorrow and life and things happen and then you totally forget. So I want to give you guys like a little worksheet that has like some journal prompts and some education for you guys in reference to what these symptoms are of this overactive and underactive heart chakra, just so you can continue to kind of self-explore throughout the course of this month. And then I do want to give a disclaimer and say that in no way, shape, form, or fashion am I saying, because I feel this 5 of Cups, this can go deep. So it's not to say like, you know, one fell swoop, it's like, hi, I am your 5 of Cuppies. You know what I mean? So I think some of you have kind of a sense of what this is, but I know a lot of you, this could be something super deep. And of course, you guys know I always say, if it is something that deep, the step that you would want to take that would behoove you is reaching out to a friendly local neighborhood therapist. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I always say it doesn't have to be me. I have a waiting list right now, so it definitely can't be me. And it can only be me if you were in the state of Louisiana, because that is where I'm licensed. You know what I'm saying? But that's the reason why I've partnered with BetterHelp. The link is in the description box below this video. Or you can go on Psychology Today and find a therapist in your area. You know what I'm saying? So this could be a time, perfect timing with it being your birthday season, to start your therapeutic journey, because things like this, because like I said, it's in your hidden influence. So 9 times out of 10, for a lot of you, this can be in your subconscious. The only reason why I'm entertaining the idea that this could be like subconscious trying to become conscious is because our overall energy for the month of May is the moon in reverse, which is saying that things that are subconscious are being made conscious, and why I mentioned so much about your dream space, you know? And also a little side note, I also have a dream dictionary on my network, She Do Society. So you can go join that too. Once again, it's free. But anywho, my wonderful Taurians, that's been your soul session for the month of May. Most definitely let me know what you think in the comments. And I hope you enjoy your birthday, Taurus. You know what I'm saying? All my May 9th people, you know, keep me in spirit. We'll be celebrating together. You know what I'm saying? But I hope that your birthday is freaking amazing as you are. And as always, I love your freaking face. And I will see you guys sooner than later.